Okay, we're live.
This is a picture of you wondering how I got here.
Man,
Like Paul Heyman just looked like he's staring into like I know what's going to happen for me saying this.
let me tell you something, Margaret. This is how Craig felt when he got fired on his day off. That's how he felt. This is exactly what it feels
you
like.
mean Urban Meyer at 12:30 in the morning.
But Marcus, you can't kick kickers, man. You just can't do it.
You gotta kick the kicker. You gotta kick him, and then you have to specifically say after you kick him, this is how you kick. I just saying.
The greatest thing about it, though, I was reading some reports about Urban Meyer, and apparently he was abusing college players like this a lot. And apparently it's okay in college, but in the pros, you can't kick multi-million-dollar people.
Yeah, grown-ass man.
But Manny and Marcus, if you could kick anybody on the team, which position would you kick?
I have backup because I'm not that big. These football players are pretty big.
I got quarterback. A lot of them are quite small.
I want to kick the long snapper. That's who I want to kick. All he
Why
does
did you
is
kick
long
the
snap.
snapper?
Just because why not? He didn't snap it right.
I'm kicking the wide receivers because I think they're little bitches in their feelings sometimes.
No, that's just Antonio
wide receivers
Brown.
are quite sensitive, man. They are quite
no.
sensitive.
How are you imagining your kicks? Are you guys doing super kicks or are you doing little kids angry at dad kicks? And
Marcus,
I'm doing side kick. I'm doing side kick. I'm doing side kick to the leg. I'm doing side kick to the leg.
I'm going personally for the Michael Jackson side kick to the back thigh. Like a whoo-hoo, like that. That's how I'm kicking.
Are you doing with a knee flick as well?
With a knee flick, yeah, and then with a point. Like a point, like what you doing. Like, that's what I'm doing. I want to point out, clearly, we didn't care much about Friday night because this is already derailed of how you would kick somebody.
Literally, this is how it was after Spider-Man No Way Home, crying into a random person's armpit about what happened. I just seen.
No. So the left image is basically when they do something emotional and then they further it with doing something else, and then it just feels like the right bit.
Why are you hitting me with this? Why are you publicly attacking me?
We'll be back.
I already know how day one go in.
We'll be back right after this.
Jacket time! And always #time justice for Sammy. Because Sammy got screwed again.
Hashtag.
Well, I got hashtag and jacket time confused because, jacket time, which was probably one of my favorite segments on NXT because I know how much it annoyed Marcus seeing jacket time with Lash Legend.
Every week, every time I see jacket time, I'm going to go buy a jacket and burn the jacket. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, how rude of us. Hello, I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
And I'm Marcus, the grand finale. And I'm wearing the Serena Deeb sweater.
And Marcus, and what do you feel about Tom Holland now?
Huh?
How do you feel about Tom Holland now? All right.
Still the second best. Still second best Spider-Man.
No, Garfield's still a bitch. Garfield's still a bitch. Garfield will remain a bitch.
Well, who knows if he is? I'm still supporting my brother from a different multiverse. All right?
Miles Morales?
And that's Nick Cage. And Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Anyway, we don't want to take up too much of you guys' time this weekend because
they would love to hear us talk about Spider-Man.
No, there's holiday things that we need. Hey, maybe it'll be a side conversation tomorrow about Spider-Man after I see the movie because I'm the one that's the cog in the wheel. But it's something that we can talk about. Unfortunately, Ross was going to be here, so he was going to be able to join me in this conversation. But I guess I need to give my opinion about the best match that took place this week, arguably that was all over the internet, and that's Tony D'Angelo versus Andre Chase. My God, Tony D'Angelo and Andre Chase went on a clip. Manny, are you okay?
I think I'm kicking you off your own show.
Forget about it. That's why I'm in my sweatshirt, so I can be dressed like Tony D'Angelo, who is over for no good reason.
Got his full tracksuit on there.
But Manny, let me ask you a question. I know this was not the match that everyone talked about this week.
5 more minutes of Tony D'Angelo.
But did you enjoy when Andre Chase was stomping Tony D'Angelo and he was having his section cheer his universe and give me a C, and he kicked him?
Yes. Andre Chase has one of the best gimmicks of like a jobber ever.
Yeah. It is basically Simon Dean Douglas type of gimmick, but he has that crowd and he has his sweater and he does it really well. And it's good jobber work. And I think every company needs a good jobber. And I'm not going to say AEW don't have jobbers, but they have jobbers and they don't use it. Like the Liberian was a solid jobber who they decided not to use.
His name is Peter Avalon.
But the interesting thing about the whole Andre Chase gimmick is that we all know that his blonde student is going to be the one that is the star, and they're going to have that jealousy between each other because he's going to start overshadowing Andre Chase, and I can't wait for it. But no one is here.
Been found.
Who? He's training now, which makes sense.
What the hell? Put him back in the ring.
But no one really wants to talk about that. The match that everyone was talking about, that everybody loved this week, truly, was Adam Page versus Bryan Danielson that took place on Dynamite. They wrestled for 60 minutes to a draw. Overall, I was entertained by the match, but I felt let down by the draw ending because as Kevin Nash, they were on Twitter, people were talking about, like, you either go all in with the champion or you don't. And I feel like for me, I'm still not sold on Adam Page as the champion of a company. And I think he needed this win more than a draw. Marcus, I turn to you because I know you're a Bryan Danielson fan. And in the situation, how did you feel about this match overall? Let me hear what you have to say, my brother.
Well, my brother, I think it was a masterclass of. I feel like going Stephen A for whatever reason. I thought it was a really good match that that I could see the disappointment in the draw, but I also can see the build up in storyline in which it gives them something more to talk about. In which in their feud, other than they and Bryan kicking their head in of Heyman Page's friends, talk about I'll push you to the limit. You ain't no real champion. You couldn't beat me. I can see it going in that direction. And overall, I enjoyed the match. I don't have a problem with the draw finish. My only issue was the AEW's rules about people hanging outside the ring and, that they decided to clean up blood scratches and stuff when they wouldn't let Bryan Danielson stay on them. So
let me get a war break.
Yeah, stuff like that is the part that I felt was inconsistent. But overall, hell of a match. I enjoyed most of it, and not really much to say. I think that my big criticism is that it wasn't the main event. That the show didn't end with this.
Marcus, we're going to get to that point. Manny, let me hear what was your overall impression about the match?
It was really good. I enjoyed it. It did feel out of place because it should have been the main event, but I'm okay with the draw provided they follow up on it. If they don't follow up on it, like they didn't really follow up on Kenny and Bryan's 30-minute draw, then it's pointless. It's pointless. You still make the champion look weak because he's unable to defeat Bryan Danielson in 60 minutes, and he doesn't look credible anyway when you've got people like Bryan Danielson in the company because he's not on his level. He is not on his level.
And I think different level of skill.
I think the issue that I really have with it, I think you really paint yourself into a bad corner because if their first match, they go 60 minutes and it's to a draw, what happens if their next match is a 10-minute match? Like, I don't know if this is where the draw should take place. Like at the very first opening match, I don't know how you book the next match. Like, do you put some type of wonky stipulation? Will it be an unfortunate like tag team match or something like that? Or even with the experience of dealing with AEW, like when he had the draw with Kenny Omega, he dropped all the way back down to the rankings and he had to work his way back up to the title shot. Is that what happens? I know it was non-title, but the draw still
like second match.
It put him down. The thing is, will that happen now that since Bryan Danielson drawed in this title match, is he out of the picture or does he get a rematch? What happens? Does anybody know?
I'm sure they just rematch it up at Revolution, but I think I agree with Manny's sentiments that they shouldn't have started, or I think both of you guys said this, shouldn't have started this feud with the 60-minute match. Like, if they would have did, other matches and, he's closer and closer and he's almost beating the Hangman and all that, and then I would prefer it that way. Because when they go to Revolution, if they run this back and it is a shorter match and it is the main event, people might be disappointed, but I think they got to go an hour again. This has to be an Omega Okada situation in which they are going the hour every single time or close to it, and you never know what's going to happen. But I look forward to their next match whenever they do it. It's just,
I mean, well, like I said,
Revolution will be like February anyway, won't it? So like they've got time. They've got 2 months to get to there. So like even if they throw spanners in the work to make Hangman look credible again by throwing him different title matches leading up to that, and then that Bryan ends up getting chucked into the title picture scene again because they don't normally do a good job of following up on certain things because they don't do the next challenge. They'll do the next challenger they won't go, okay, this was a draw, here's your rematch. They don't tend to do that. And when you look at their history of booking championship matches, this doesn't tend to happen. So
and
they've got a while to get there.
I really hated the placement of the show. I know this is AEW thing that we put the perceived must-see match very first on the card, but for me, it just really puts a bad taste in my mouth because you make me believe that the ring that you win from the Battle Royal is the more important thing over the AEW title. JK Switch says, good morning, Ethan. Happy, joy, happy, joy. Fuck Hulk Hogan forevermore. We all live by that sentiment. Like,
absolutely.
Do we really need, do you think AEW, go to you first, Manny, will ever decide to go back to a more traditional where the main event is the last match on their shows?
I think they will. I think they just wanted to get this one out of the way because I don't think anything else on that card. You would have got fed up with everything else on that card. Well, like if you did it the other way, the other match I cared about was Serena Deeb and Cheetah.
Well, the issue with starting the main event in this match, which I can see where they came from, is that you know it's gonna be a draw, or it's gonna be 60 minutes if they start this at the next hour, at the top of the next hour. Like there'd be nothing else. You just have whatever else is on the card. So I believe that's probably what was the decision behind it. It actually probably wasn't the let's start hot with the main event. It was that let's have it be a surprise if they're about to go 60 minutes. I think the reason.
And I think them going 60 minutes hurt the remainder of the show because nothing else felt as important. And I know Sheeta and Deeb was something that you both were looking forward to. And of the 3 matches that they had, I thought this one, it was okay. I didn't like all the shortcuts that Deeb was trying to take with like removing the pads and stuff like that. Then it backfired on her. I don't know if I needed all those bells and whistles. Marcus, this was the number 3 match of the series. Was it a good conclusion for you if it's staying?
Unlike Spider-Man No Way Home, this was not the best of the series because I enjoyed the second and first were better. The first one is probably my favorite because of the pure spite of it all that you tried to get that 50th win on me, and then the revenge of you breaking my trophy was part 2. This one, it was a 3, but it didn't have that anger and rage that built up on both people's side. Like it felt like they tried to go for it again, but I think maybe even too much time has passed that I wasn't feeling as much. I enjoyed the match. I'm not saying it was a bad match. They delivered, but I'm saying the emotion that I was connected into those other matches somehow. I wish that they got promos or video packages talking about their match leading into it, similar to the way
they gave you a little package, Marcus. They gave you a little package.
I needed a bigger package. Okay. I need them to talk. I need Serena Deeb. Don't clip me on that one. I need a bigger package.
Marcus needs a big package, man. The biggest of the packages,
man. Big packages, don't pull it out. If you ain't got no big package, don't pull it out.
Hey, don't.
But Naomi and Sonya Deville on the previous Smackdown had that long video package about how long the story's been going on, and I felt like that's what this needed. That much time, that much explanation, that much anger, and then just really selling it. I feel like it was stowaway. And I feel like the show, Winter is Coming, which was a themed show, fell flat as a themed show. Because last year's Winter is Coming seemed like a big thing with Sting coming out and the snow. And I think they did the Dynamite ring and there was a title change. Kenny turned heel and all that. This one kind of just felt like we're just calling it Winter is Coming because that's what we did last year. Throwaway show.
Manny, what about you?
I still enjoyed the match. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it was still like, it's still the best women's match you can have on that roster. There's no other better match. There's no other match you can throw there that is going to be a better match than that.
Well, on Rampage, they try to throw something. We're going to jump into that real quickly. But before, I want to talk about the other thing on Dynamite that really stood out to me, which by far, to me, was probably even more important than the 60-man match that Bryan Danielson and Adam Handmaker Page did. It was the vignette for Malachi Black, where he was saving somebody and he spit the mist into somebody's eyes and he was saved. And then you cut right back to the Varsity Blondes. And Manny, I know you have labeled Trick Williams as the biggest bitch in the game. However, after the antics of this segment, can Brian Pillman compete with Trick Williams for being the biggest bitch in the game?
He ain't a bitch.
He did not want to protect Julia Hart.
No, he ain't a bitch. He's a prick. That's what he is. He's a prick. He's a dickhead and everything. There's a difference between being a bitch, which is what Trick Williams displays every week.
He does it so well.
Brian Pillman Jr. is just a dickhead, where he just doesn't want to save her. He's just like, she's gone. That's it. I'm not going after her.
We saw what happened. I don't want to fight Malachi Black. The fuck?
I got a little bit of the mist on my cheek. It has been burning for weeks. We don't need this smoke. But I enjoyed it because it's one of the few things that they try to do and tell a story. I'm not really sure what story it is because at one point we had Malachi teaming with Andrade. Andrade went through a table of fire. Then now they going someplace else. Now apparently he has a king.
Cody went through a table of fire. Andrade completely missed that table.
Oh, well, that's good for Andrade. And now, there's a king or something going on. I'm not 100% sure what they're going, but it is a story.
Yeah, which will be forgotten about in 2 weeks.
It is character-based, but it looks like, Malachi is creating his own faction, the House of Black, which I don't need in a stable or faction, because you know what that means, guys? Another 6-man tag or 8-man tag or
10-man tag.
But I heard AEW trying to book us to get to a 6-man tag match. I turned them down because I was like, y'all need to focus on your singles careers instead of this double shit, this triple shit.
You bring that up though, because that's pretty much what this episode of Rampage was. Like in the episode of Dynamite, they booked like 5 multi-people matches, and I just asked the questions.
I mean Rampage.
No, because on Dynamite they booked all the matches on Rampage, and then Rampage booked some more.
Yeah.
And my thing is about these matches, like they're entertaining if you enjoy that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, what is accomplished? Like Adam Cole and the Young Bucks losing to the best friends, Rocky Romero, it means absolutely nothing. Like Trent Beretta got to win. Who cares? Then you move on to the main event where you have the Lucha Brothers teaming up randomly with Proud and Powerful and Eddie Kingston, when in actuality, I would rather see the Lucha Brothers go against Proud and Powerful for the tag team titles. And then next thing you know, they lose to Danny Garcia in a fluke victory, and then they're saved by the Jurassic Express. Like, it's so much
Jungle
going
Boy
on.
makes the save.
But nothing,
nothing
was accomplished. Like, what was accomplished if you watched Rampage, and then they announced another tournament, the Owen Hart Cup, and like you get nothing for winning these tournaments. It's just like, what are you doing?
That was my problem with that diamond ring bullshit.
Yeah,
you're just like, it's a pointless thing to have.
It looks like an expensive ring. If you're into rings,
Marcus, MJF has won it 3 times. Count it, 1, 2, 3. How many title shots have he had since winning it? None.
0.
So it means nothing.
0. You're right. Show you right, Brad. Show you right. I really hope that I believe in the near future, MJF will be the next champion. He will be the one to beat Hangman Page. Even though I'm also rooting for Bryan Danielson to beat Hangman Page.
No, be some punk.
I just feel that not some punk. Don't say his whole name together. Not some punk. I don't want him to win it at all. But I just think there's better characters that can get that title right now. And for God's sakes, Cody, win that TNT title. Win it.
Sammy
I never wanted Cody to win more in my life than to win that title.
On his Instagram today that him and his fiance are no longer in a relationship. They have split up.
Yeah, so he wants that take on T.
Yeah, he saw she. Well, Manny, since you brought her up, did you want Tay Conti versus Penelope Ford in a submission match? This.
Oh hell no!
This match right here. This match right here.
I tell you what, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I tell you what, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I set the bar really low. No. You know when you set the bar really low and they did something minutely impressive, they kind of just hopped over the bar. They didn't clear it. They just hopped over it.
Can I tell you why I think you enjoyed this match? And I'm going to tell you why. I think because it was a singles match on Rampage. Like, you didn't need to have the bookend multi people matches, and then you had Dan Lambert there for whatever reason he was there again.
Dan Lambert, my hero.
He was speaking truth. He was speaking truth again.
Unofficial sharpshooter representative of AEW.
I really swear that was just a white version of me, without the WCW call to the middle of the ring, talking about what was going on. But I mean, Tony should my favorite part is that he criticizes Tony, but at the same time, Tony allows him this time to speak on his show about his product. And I think for me, my biggest disappointment about AEW, and I think both of you guys can guess, is that I got no Hook. I got to wait till next Friday on Christmas Eve to get Hook in another match. What the hell is that about?
Some bear man.
I don't know who he's fighting, but I was like, really?
I think it's a member of Bear Country.
I want to point out, and I'm going to tell this story. As I told Manny when I was walking to work, I have an AEW jacket that I bought when Marcus and I went to the first show. And when I was at Barnes & Noble buying Christmas gifts, a guy who worked at Barnes & Noble approached me and was like, "Hey, man, I see your jacket. And I knew you was a man with good taste right there. So what are you liking about AEW?"
You're a sexy motherfucker in that jacket right there.
If it wasn't for the debut, you know what?
Did he lick your
ear? If it wasn't for the debut of Hook, I would have crushed that man's spirits. But Hook was a saving grace. And Hook saved that man because I didn't crush him. And then he brought me a basket for my books, and I really appreciate that. Shout out to the man at the Barnes & Noble in Glendora.
That's the nerdiest wrestling story I've ever heard in my life.
But
books, glasses.
I watched Rampage. I watched Dynamite, and I don't know if anything was accomplished because I feel like everybody is in holiday mode. Right? Is that the right thing to say, Marcus?
Can I just point out before you go to Marcus, you wearing an AEW hoodie, you are just a walking hypocrite.
Manny?
The man hates AEW with all his heart, and then he's wearing their merch.
Manny, he uses all his hate inside his soul and body.
It is the warmest jacket that I own, and it's clearly because it must be fueled by hate when I put it on. It's like, like internal burning. But
no,
I don't hate.
That's Tony keeping you warm. That's Tony keeping you warm at night.
I want to point out that I want the narrative to be known. I do not hate AEW.
Oh. Yes, you do.
AEW frustrates me with what they do because they do so many things that have no purpose. Like Rampage, I don't know what was accomplished for me watching Rampage, except that I'm getting a Sting, Darby Allin, CM Punk match that I don't need. I don't want it. And that's going to be on Dynamite. I just don't need that match.
I don't need to see any more Darby Allin matches because he got defeated by a 20-year-old skinny girl.
Shout out to her, Jade. She just wants to be a good person. Who cares if she can't skate?
I'll see you later, boy.
For him.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. And she came out spicy this week dealing with Darby. And Darby probably didn't wake up or plan on that happening. Just like she beat me. I go talk shit about her. Oh, she came back with my allegations. Damn it. Fuck
Do
you.
you think Gigi Dolan wrote that for her?
Yeah, man.
Gigi was like, I got your back. I got your back.
There's some people that you have that, like, you be like, I hope this person decides to talk shit about me today. I hope they do because I got something for them. I'm waiting for it. And every day you come in like, is this gonna be the day that they say something about me? And they never do. And you have to keep that loaded gun in your bag, waiting to fire on
real hateful, Eric.
That's that.
Shoot your shotgun of hate.
Wait,
just waiting for the day.
I can't be the only one that got stuff in storage waiting for people who I dislike. I can't be the only one.
No,
am I the only one?
I'm not a mean woman.
I will not deny that I do have ammo for my AR-15 whenever something goes off, if somebody ever does say something to me or if something is going wrong. But it's normally just something that's built up over time. It's never gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna throw this card at you. Well, you fuck Kate's husband.
So Manny, you have to understand. I'm glad Marcus admitted it. I'm glad Marcus admitted it because we do come from a bloodline of petty. And speaking of the bloodline, we might as well move on to Smackdown in this situation because
I can imagine our bloodline walking out of pettiness. You know how Malachi Black's having a house of black? Can we be the house of petty?
I mean, yeah, because our grandmother might have been the queen of petty. When you start throwing meat into the middle of the street because you didn't buy the meat, it just you just can't make this shit up.
Man, people
and then you have to walk out, and Granddaddy had to walk out and pick the meat up. Oh, Viola, why you throwing the meat in the street?
It's random shit.
It's just random shit, man. I don't know why the meat had to be thrown in the street. Luckily, it was frozen though.
I was talking at work about grandmother and how I believe that in Texas, I'm assuming she has some one of those cold cases. Because I feel like there were a bunch of stories where she pulled out her knife and stabbed some motherfuckers.
Remember the story?
I didn't realize there's a cold case.
Mark, remember when she pulled out the knife, stabbed the dude in the thigh, and apparently ran it down his thigh allegedly?
Yeah. I'm like, that dude's gone.
Yeah.
That dude's gone. I know these are olden times, like the 50s or 30s. But I believe someone's gone. Oh.
No, it's like one of those stories where they said they left.
Was that our grandmother's lawyer coming in there? No, we don't talk about the Savage Die situation.
No, it was Shantae walking in. No, Shantae is gonna say hi live. Everybody, that's Shantae.
Hey.
No, this is in the chat room, but we don't have many viewers. But we were calling because I was letting you know that we got tickets for Spider-Man.
Side conversation going on.
It's okay. Yes, 5:45. Oh, yes, in Chino at Cinemark. I don't think we've ever been.
Hold on. So people are gonna know where we at if we had our enemies. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, that's all right. But Barbara suggested
we will be in Chino
because that's the main reason why he want me to go because both Manny and him want to talk about it, but they can't because apparently. It makes you want to hear Adele Easy on Me afterwards.
And we also want you to cry.
and they want me to cry. And everybody know I am a crier in the movies.
Smoking out the window.
JK Swish says, hey, Sharpie wife. Hi. She says hello. Maybe we should
holidays.
Maybe we should have Shantae in the box again just to sit in the box for no reason.
I enjoy when Shantae was last on.
Yeah,
Betty gave us skincare regimes, and I
when you're
live
on the show, if you have a box uniform. So it was funny because I was watching NXT on my iPad and I had paused it. And it was on NXT, where Carmelo and Trick are talking to Diamond Mine. And Shantae had so many bad things to say about Malcolm Bivens, Trick, and Carmelo. It was hilarious because she said Malcolm Bivens looked like that guy that's going to try to sell you something that you know is going to break as soon as you get home. Yeah, that guy right there. Malcolm Bivens, the hero.
Malcolm Bivens was dressed like Kanye West on 808s and the Heartbreak.
He was.
And I was trying to figure out who did he dress like, and I was like, oh, that's it. The cover 808 the Heartbreak. And Roddy lost again.
So
Roddy wasn't there.
Let me ask a question. Have you guys ever waited for something the way Paul Heyman was waiting for Roman Reigns to arrive in the arena? Although Instagram kind of spoiled it because he was already at the arena wearing his new shirt. So I don't know what was going on.
He had to leave. He had to leave.
Sandwiches.
Yeah. He's a good tribal chief, and he had to go pick up the food. He had to go to Lucille's himself. He don't eat basic WWE catering. He had to go to the spot. Oh,
we eat Jersey Mike's tonight. FWW catering.
We don't eat this shit. You want this cooked pound chicken? Yeah. Oh, but you want to ask me a question? If I'm ever waiting for something, Eric? Every time I have a package on my way to my place, I am waiting outside for my package. Just going like, these motherfuckers better show up. Because they don't give you a good window.
But
I feel window from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And you just go like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that time? What am I supposed to do?
Oh, so we've got this thing where you can track them now. So like they'll go, oh, you're number 10 in his delivery. But like you can see on the map where he is. I was like, can I not just go to him and go, yo, give me my package?
Can I meet him halfway?
But you know how long that line will be of people just going outside? They would never get anywhere. Hey, I gotta go, man. I don't have it to 8 p.m.
But have you had the disappointment? Have you had the disappointment where they say your package is 10 stops away? The next thing you know, oh, unfortunately, your package will be delivered tomorrow. What happened? It was 10 stops away.
Yes,
like, what happened?
He's apparently across the road. I don't understand what's happened.
I'm going to go talk to you for a bit.
So anyway,
back in the back of the truck. What's going on? I'm right here. I'm right here.
Last week on SmackDown, Paul Heyman fucked up 2 lives. First, he fucked up Sammy's life, who was going to have a good bromance with Brock Lesnar. They were going to be great buddies because, you know,
I really want that video package of them in Saskatchewan.
2 alpha Canadians just doing alpha Canadian things is what we all needed. But Paul Heyman messed that up. But in the process of messing that up, he lost his stable income of the wise man. I will say this was the only thing that was worth a damn on SmackDown. And God, they put it at the end just so we could watch the horrendous show that they gave us on Friday. The holiday jank is in, and I think the only thing worth talking about is the wise man is no longer in the bloodline because, Paul, you need to understand something. The Usos, I hate when they lose. However, they are my blood, and I stand by my blood. You, Paul, you are not my blood.
Damn. Blood thicker than water.
Blood, I mean, Fat Joe and Mac 10. What a movie. Marcus, how did you feel things unfolded?
That's blood in, blood out, right?
No, it's Blood is Thicker Than Water is what Mac 10 did.
Is that's what that's called? Yeah. I just know it's Mac 10 and Fat Joe movie, Hood movie.
But,
Hood movie classics.
Marcus,
only exists
Paul Heyman is no longer the wise man.
I don't think he's no longer the wise man, my brother. I think this is a clever ploy to convince Lesnar that they are on the same side. Yes, Ray's guy's ass whoop, but at day one, because Heyman had never said nothing about him working or being an advocate for Brock Lesnar. He specifically said he was protecting his tribal chief from Brock Lesnar. That's all he was doing. And he will continue to protect his tribal chief at day one when he low blows Brock Lesnar and turns on him again.
Manny, do you agree with Marcus in his assessment?
I agree.
This is all the clever rules.
I think it's a clever ruse by the wise man. He told the tribal chief, let's do this. Let's lure Brock Lesnar into a false sense of security. Just like Spider-Man.
God damn, Spider-Man. That's false sense of security. I was sitting at home. I was sitting there. I'm eating my popcorn. I'm looking at fucking Morbius trailers. I'm going like, come on, man. Start the fucking movie. I'm eating my popcorn, enjoying my time. And then out of nowhere, right in the fucking heart.
Well, you know, something that I think might have pulled Manny's heart out is like the opening match. I mean, let's point out Sasha Banks had fire Spider-Man attire. But I really felt bad. I really felt bad that Toni Storm got no respect. Everybody got an entrance but Toni Storm. Toni Storm was waiting in the ring to team with the Snake, Sasha Banks. And Manny, you have to be uneasy in this situation seeing Toni Storm being aligned with Sasha Banks right now. Am I correct?
You know it's coming. I can smell it coming. She's ready to pounce. You can't trust this woman. You can't trust Sasha Banks. She's a snake. Yes, y'all. She's a snake, y'all.
I just want to know how many knives does Sasha have, because she stabbed plenty of people in the back. Like, it seems like at this point she should be out of knives to stab people, because it's coming. It's coming your way, Tony. It's coming your way. You're gonna get it. And shout out to Shotzi for returning after just being missing. I'm gonna say it was COVID related.
I'm gonna say it was COVID related. This was a very enjoyable match, but it was enjoyable for all the wrong reasons. I love seeing Sasha and Charlotte back in the ring against each other, and I love the fact that McAfee was reminding us, they fought in Hell in a Cell. It was one of the greatest Hell in a Cell. I was like, you're right. They put on that hell of a match. But I think the best thing about the match is Charlotte not being extremely happy or satisfied with her partner, Shotzi. All right, Shotzi, hold her here. Hold her here. Oh, well, come on. What are you doing?
That was coaching. That was good coaching. But it sounded very patronizing.
But Shotzi
very patronizing when you heard it.
Yeah. She was talking like, she's like, you don't know what you're doing. Hold on. Let me hold it here. All right. It would be like if you're barbecuing in front of your parents and your dad come by and like, you don't know what you're doing with that meat. Flip that meat. You gotta flip that meat right now. Flip the meat. Let me here, give me that. Flip the meat right there. Then, you want to make sure you do it right there. Otherwise, it ain't gonna be good.
I'm very surprised Charlotte took the pin. I'm very surprised she took the pin. But I have to ask the question to the two of you: who has the worst moonsault in the game? Charlotte, who's missed it 2 times in a row in a week, or Io Shirai?
I'm going with Io.
I'm going Io.
And let me tell you why with Io, because Io always missed. Charlotte has just started missing once the rumors came up of her demise of her relationship with Andrade. She can't focus. She can't focus when there's rumors that her and Andrade are not together anymore. Io just missed on good authority. Io just be like, hey, and next thing you know, it's like, you didn't hit anything, Io.
In Charlotte's defense, in her moonsaults, one, she's normally doing flippy spinny to the outside of her moonsaults, which takes a lot, and it's up to the person catching her on the outside to make it look effective. And then on the other side, though, on this one, when she does her moonsault and it lands on her feet and it has to flip again, I feel like that's very difficult. Like, her and Bianca both do that shit, and I feel like it's very difficult to like figure out where you are at that given time. So she get a pass. Io has one moonsault and it's considered her finisher. If that's your best move, you should be able to execute it, unland it all the single time. By the way, shout out to Saray for returning on 205 Live.
Being Lash Legend.
The beat Lash Legend.
I agree 100% with JK Swish comments. Sasha being the Randy Orton of the women's division as the person you can't trust, and also as the person when you need somebody to be in the main event. Let me just put Sasha in there. Sasha and Randy are just pretty much the same character, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to skip all the Happy Corbin.
No, I want to talk on this.
Actually, no, wait. I just want to point out that Woods had the line of the night.
Okay.
So when he was backstage, when the Usos wanted to challenge them, they were like, no, we'll do it tonight, and then we'll beat you at day one. It's like, you can't beat me in Atlanta. That's where I'm from.
Which we know in Atlanta or in your hometown, you can't win. So you cannot win.
Manny, can I ask you this question? So being like a wrestler insider, those type of comments.
Sources.
No, but you know that you pay
as many sources as Dave Meltzer.
But Manny, you pay closer attention to what's going on backstage and whatnot. Like these little side things, knowing that wrestlers in their hometown don't usually win. Like that makes you laugh a lot more.
Yeah, because it's also the way the delivery he did it, because he's doing it in his King voice as well. But like it was the delivery of it as well.
And I want to point out that I want to say this might be considered hate towards AEW, but it's not. I just feel like
it is.
WWE, like the little snide remarks, like when they cater to the fans, I appreciate because it's more subtle compared to AEW. Like it's just all in your face. This is for you, fans. We doing it for you. This is all for you. I mean, Sean Spears
has stated that he doesn't do the show for the fans. He do it for one, the money, and because the fans don't know what they want. They don't know what
Marcus,
they want.
I was so disappointed on Raw because I really thought Vince was going to stab Austin Theory with the pencil because he pointed out it was the most dangerous weapon in the game, which is true because it can erase you. It can erase you. And I was like, that's just Vince talking about his releases, bragging on national TV. That's all that was.
No, he's talking about how he erased Benoit from history.
That is also true. Rightfully so, though. Rightfully so.
Also, Ric Flair recently.
So, Marcus, you wanted to talk
fucking Hulk Hogan. I swear.
Mark, you wanted to talk about McIntyre, Happy, and Riddick, and Happy Moss. Why?
I believe this needs to be talked about, and I think it needs to be. I think it's something that needs to be said out loud, and I think more people need to hear this. We need to stop, guys. We need to stop. The only way this segment was going to work, and I'm going to say this: this is not Baron Corbin or even Madcap Moss fault. This segment, their part of the segment, I feel like worked. It's terrible. It wasn't meant to be good. It was meant to be the worst thing you ever see. The problem is Drew McIntyre does not have that babyface power that I want to see him attack him. If this was Steve Austin or The Rock or goddamn Sting or somebody come down there to whoop their ass, then I'd be like, yes. But it's Drew McIntyre, and it shows how weak of a star he is right now, in which the crowd wasn't behind him tearing this up. That would be the story. I can't wait to see my favorite wrestler whoop their ass because they're out there wasting everybody's time with this bullshit. And they didn't have anybody out there to execute that. This was a segment that required a debut. It required a Braun Strowman. It required Steve Austin or Shawn Michaels or something like that on that level. And I know how you said Braun Strowman. I'm saying a monster of some kind to destroy them in this segment. And you want to see that monster destroy them. Drew ain't a monster. He needs to be a monster.
Do you agree with Marcus that Pandemic McIntyre is not the answer for this segment?
No, because in the pandemic, McIntyre, you never heard the reaction of the people. You didn't know if they were cheering him or not. I only cheered him because he was Scottish. So he lost that belt, I didn't care.
I just feel like he's cold. He's cold.
Let me tell you, honestly though, because that segment was bad. I'm so glad they have Sami Zayn on payroll because I think the segment with him, Sonya, and Adam Pearce backstage was brilliant. Like when he's like, you know what? When I'm going to get my title shot, I was screwed. And then like Pearce was like, well, you've always loved the IC title. He's like, yeah, I love that title. You know what we're going to do? We're going to make a gauntlet and that's going to be your reward to you. That's not a reward. I have to defeat 11 other guys. What the hell is this?
The 12 wrestlers of Christmas or whatever it's called. Which is a dope concept. For whatever
Marcus,
reason, I like it.
I can't wait for it, Marcus, because it ain't never been a 12-man gauntlet for Christmas theme. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, they shot it that night, and considering that's why SmackDown was so limited on stars, he was ready for the championship. Scottish went out there. It's true. Fact. Oh. Where was I going? Oh, the 12-person gauntlet. They already shot it for SmackDown next week. And you can tell that everybody kind of just took the night off and that they were doing a double taping for this gauntlet. I just thought this gauntlet is going to be 2 hours next week. That's the only thing that's booked for next week's show. The gauntlet. Nothing else is going to be on the show.
The women's title match.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's going to happen. That's
but
going
I'm
to
okay
be
with the gauntlet.
Charlotte ain't wrestling more than 2 minutes.
I want the gauntlet to go an hour. The gauntlet to go an hour.
The gauntlet's going an hour.
Yeah, because I honestly wouldn't mind seeing Sammy versus Nakamura, and I wouldn't mind having Sammy back with the IC title.
Yeah.
Wait, you want to see Sammy versus Nakamura? Do you want it to be their Dallas level match, or do you want them to give you current Sammy?
I want current
Sammy.
I need Dallas level. I need old Sammy.
No.
I miss old Sammy. I like new Sammy, but I miss old Sammy in the ring.
Marcus,
he's also rumored to have re-signed as well.
Oh, he did.
Mark, let me tell you something, my brother. This is the first way that they're ever paying off the conspiracy theory that he was going around when they had Logan Paul in there, because he keeps talking about how he's getting screwed. And it's like, first he got screwed by Brock Lesnar. Now he's getting screwed in this 11-man gauntlet match that he has to defeat. I'm looking forward to all of this. Something else that I'm looking forward to, and I don't know why, But Naomi and Sonya, who's going to put it on you, is always interesting to me. Although Sonya disappointed me this week because I thought she was going to bring out somebody else to beat Naomi's ass. Instead, she brought out Shayna Baszler again.
I'm so sick of seeing Shayna take pins. So sick of it.
Pins this quickly.
Pins this quickly. They're getting ridiculous. It's like, what did she do? That she comes out every week to take pins in less than 2 minutes each week.
Was it 6 months ago where Shayna was getting pushed where she wasn't taking pins anymore? We was talking about, oh, Shayna's finally getting that push.
She was always losing.
The last time Shayna was on top was when she was biting Becky's neck, and then she won the Elimination Chamber. Ever since then, Shayna been taking pins. And then we had Natty talking her shit. This week, talking about she the boat.
Marcus,
talking about how she don't give a fuck who's Nia Lee thinks she protected. She ain't protecting shit. I'm the fucking
first
boat.
of all,
that was Natty's promo, and I wish that was her promo, but it was a normal Natty promo.
I wasn't gonna bring that up because I think if anybody that you want to see Xia Li whoop their ass is Natty Neidhart for me. I mean, I'm surprised Natty ain't made a Hall of Fame induction promo like The Miz did this week on Monday Night Raw, which I thought was epic. Because
I'm taking the heart from Natty's heart name. She ain't a heart. She's just Neidhart. No, because the real heart is Serena Deeb. That's Natty is not a real heart. She's
Are you
Natty
gonna call
Knight.
Serena Deeb Hart? Serena Deeb Hart. You just took the heart and gave it to Deeb.
Serena the Hitman Deeb Hart.
The Usos fought New Day in a typical tag match that was what they do. I just didn't understand why we had this match. We got 2 weeks into day one. This is where we're typically supposed to get Jimmy versus Coffee and then Jay versus Xavier. I mean, that's what we're supposed to have in this situation.
No,
I'm not supposed to have the match.
We needed to disappoint the tribal chief a bit more before he did what he had to do.
You're right, Manny. He had to be able to say the line. Anytime my cousins lose, it disappoints me. So he had to say it. So they had to lose.
Okay, was I the only one at the end of the show where Brock came out and there's the Usos and Roman in the ring? Was there part of me that wanted the New Day to walk out on his side?
Manny, Marcus, I was waiting for Coffee and Xavier to walk out with Brock. I don't know why. That's what I wanted.
It's such a contradiction, but it'd be like, oh, you know what? Why not?
But clear Brock was able to whoop their asses without the New Day help. And that's pretty much
ate that super kick.
No, he ate it, but then he was like, fuck the super kick and destroyed him, which is why I think he could kill both of the Young Bucks with one hand tied behind his back.
I want Vince McMahon to be like, at least Brock Lesnar on AEW. Damn it, do it! They're taking an hour to fight Daniel Bryan. Have Brock Lesnar kill everybody.
Honestly, with all the wrestling, I mean, SmackDown happened, but for me, with all the wrestling that took place this week, the thing that I can't get out of my head, and I think it goes back to Monday Night Raw, is that I really enjoyed what they did with Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, Big E, and Kevin Owens. I thought that was some of the best storytelling.
He didn't even try.
that was some of the best storytelling that they have done in a long time. Like, I think when you had Bobby versus Kevin, and then Kevin tapped out before he even latched on the Lashley lock, and Bobby's like, what's going on? But he didn't care.
No,
and then
Eric, I like the bit where they went, Kevin, you're first. And then as soon as he left, Seth was like, I'm going to go get changed.
I mean, it was... It did, like when Seth confronted Kevin in the back. What was that? He was like, "It's a plan." But what was that? And then he comes out and he gets them disqualified. Like you get Bobby disqualified. The fact that Sonya and Adam came out to ruin that was more hilarious than anything. I enjoyed the entire segment between all of them.
Yeah, do you think this is why Kevin Owens is worth $3 million?
Yes.
Yes,
100%.
I don't know, man. $3 million seems steep for Kevin. I appreciate him. I appreciate Kevin. I think he's great at what he do. I think he can play any role in your wrestling company.
Manny.
I'm one of the people that owns every single Kevin Owens shirt.
Yeah, because right now, Marcus, I wish we had a hippopotamus song or sound, right? Because you sound like a hypocrite.
I want to be a hypocrite for Christmas.
HIPPO.
Because Marcus,
I don't tell the truth. I lie when I say I don't really care. If it's New Day, I don't know. I had nothing.
Let me tell you, I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are those two people that you have on your roster. They're like a Swiss Army knife. You could put them in any situation and they will excel. And that's why I think that they're both worth $3 million. I mean, shit, Dolph is getting $2
million though.
It wasn't a really. I mean, I think he had a pretty good plan. Like, because as they all said,
he ran out there to go attack.
Nobody wanted Bobby Lashley in this match. And I think the fact that they added Bobby Lashley to this match actually puts some intrigue into day one that I have no idea who is walking away with the WWE title at the end of day one. I don't know.
Kevin, $3 million in the WWE Championship is what kept me here.
Manny, who's starting off 2022 with the champion? Will it be a black man? Because they have a 20 each. It's a 50% chance of a black man winning the WWE Championship because there's 2 in that match. And then if you take that down to the current champion, he has a 25% chance of retaining his title. Before he had a 33% chance. However, because they added Bobby Lashley, that reduced it down to 25%. So
you can do math.
I am. Now, you're a big proponent of Big E. How do you feel about Big E's title run so far? And do you think he will keep his title in 2022?
I think he'll keep his title till Royal Rumble. I think that's when he'll drop it to one of the 3 in this match. But I think they want to start off the new year in a good way, like have some, because Roman ain't losing that title. So I think you got to keep it in a good way as well, that Big E goes home as a champion, because they're all technically heels in that point, even though they're trying to make Bobby look like a face where he's slapping hands with the crowd and shit.
But Manny, if he had to drop the title to one, who would you want the title to be put around?
I think KO, but I wouldn't even mind if it was Lashley. Or I don't care.
You have to only pick one, Manny. You have to pick one.
I'm going to Kevin.
Okay, Manny's got Marcus. What about you? Do you think Big E is keeping the title? And if you do think he's keeping the title, I know my math is less than Steiner math because I got it right. Marcus, what you got? What's your prediction?
Both of you got.
I'm better math than both of you.
I have Big E losing his title, and I don't have Bobby Lashley winning, and I have a ridiculous finish of a tie of KO and Seth Rollins being co-champions and having to coexist with each other.
I would love that, and it would also make the internet wrestling community go insane.
They will hate it. They will hate it. But I think the promos we get was like, I'm the real champion. No, I'm the real champion. I'm the heavyweight champion. And then both got to defend it. It'd be something unique. It'd be the very Lacool-ish, in which they both have separate titles.
Half of the title.
I think
they would be hilarious.
I think Big E will retain, and I think it will be the best match of 2022.
And Wrestle Kingdom is that same week.
As of the 1st of January, that would be the best match of January.
And when you ask me about what's my favorite match in March, I'll be like, I don't know. But I think Big E retains. But if not, I wouldn't mind having Seth with the title, because him and Becky, they're doing that magical cocaine, and I just love it. I mean, Becky, when she did the Live, first of all, she had her little minion in the audience, and
that minion is dangerous.
I'm taking the Becky minion over the Live minion any day. That girl,
I want to go me before Spider-Man No Way Home, me after Spider-Man No Way Home.
That's you at the top, right, Marcus?
Huh? That's me after. Yes. So it goes in. This is the motion you go through Spider-Man. I went with Irish angry Becky Lynch girl to shock Pikachu of and then by the end of it, I'm sad Miss girl. Like, what the hell? Those are the emotions you go do. The 3 emotions of No Way Home.
I mean, to wrap things up, I have a question for you guys. What do you guys think about the new WWE NIL program, the Next in Line program, where they are showcasing college athletes and I guess they could be future stars, but it's like a way of them getting money. It's almost like having a promoter, but like this
I don't
seems
know
like
what to make of it.
This is very uncharted territories because normally you get your new fresh talent from the indies. Now they're trying to go back into get the real athletes from college, and this is a way they can do it by putting money into their pocket.
I don't fully understand it. Are they paying them and then they're getting a cut of any future earnings? If, like, say, for instance, if they signed a football star and they can't continued into the pros, are they WWE like their agent, or is it just that in case they bum out?
The best way for me. So how I understand it, Manny, and I'm gonna put it in European terms that I think you might get it. It's like how in F1 racing, where you have sponsorships on the cars, that's what WWE is with these college athletes. They're one of the sponsors that they have that's sponsoring their collegiate career.
Oh, okay. And then what inevitably they may come to WWE.
They may come, like they might have an obligation, but it's a way that WWE can promote themselves with this college athlete going forward. It's kind of like what everybody's doing with a lot of the college take money.
So it's just like, this so-and-so does an interview and he's got WWE logo on them.
Exactly.
Like yeah.
So you continue to put the name of WWE out there in the open.
Jordan brand.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's a good opportunity for them.
Yeah, I mean, like you gotta get more eyes on your products, and why not? You try to start with the young. I mean, overall, for the most part, I enjoyed wrestling this week. Like what I saw. Oh, wait, hold on. I mean, the best match, Tony D'Angelo versus Andre Chase. I mean, you can't write anything better than that. And especially
we need to have my guy. I gotta talk to my guy before we can blow this up. You can't just blow it up in the middle of every Tony D'Angelo segment. You gotta talk to my guy.
But Manny, you can't react this way because Marcus doesn't act this way when we bring up how great Jacket Time is.
He does.
Jacket Time was amazing this week when they were on Lashing Out with Lash Legend.
You should see when I was wearing a jacket and then I just unzipped it.
Jacket Time.
I didn't even realize I was doing it until like my shirt was half out, and I was like, "Jacket time."
I just want what. It's not much I want to talk about.
I'm just not going to say it. The quote Terry Reynolds on the Flight from Hell. Don't sell it. Don't sell it.
I want to give some credit because NXT did what AEW failed to do, and they gave me the payoff. They gave me the payoff for a hair versus hair match when I got to see Duke Hudson ball. That's all I needed in my life.
Duke Hudson looked good.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it was a bad thing.
But the embarrassment of it all. But I feel like they gave me a payoff. Jack Evans is running around in Mexico running from the police. What?
I need an update on that. I really want an update on that story.
I'm sorry.
I still need to see him with a shorter haircut. How dare they do this?
You know what? Amari Miller can go someplace with her shucking and jiving in the ring, and I'm glad Ivy now put her in her place. Ivy now might be one of my favorite wrestlers because she just looks no nonsense. And when she choked that bitch out, she choked her out. I was like, choke her.
Diamond Mine. Eric, me and Manny, I know your memory is more shot than mine, but we played a game. Can you name everything MSK pulled out of that bag?
Oh, wait. Let me get a note out. So I know what was in the bag. Yeah, go on.
All right. A baseball bat?
Yeah.
A John Cena title.
Which one?
The spinner belt, the United States Championship.
Yeah.
One of those orange megaphone things, which is not a megaphone, but as a kid you put it up to your mouth. I think what is it called?
I believe it's called a kazoo.
Like a cone?
No, so it was a traffic cone. You're thinking of a megaphone.
No, but no.
You described the megaphone.
As a kid, we used the traffic cone as as a megaphone.
That's also true.
I'll allow it.
And then 3 scooters.
There was 3 more things in there. No, 4 more things in there.
I don't know.
Scissors, glasses, batteries, and 1 earbud.
Because he lost the other one. But I'm glad you guys want to talk about that pack, but I want to talk about somebody that deserved what happened to him. Guru Raj deserved the ass whooping that he got for Harley.
He didn't.
He
He
did too.
didn't. It was funny. It was funny because when he was asked, "Are you satisfied?" and he said no, he went back for more.
Come on, Manny. Guru. First of all, his name was
Guru
Guru
Raj.
Raj.
First of all, if there was never a more lazy, racist character name ever, what are you? Oh, I'm probably Indian. So, what's your name?
Probably Indian.
The most casual name ever, Raj. All right, what do? I'm a guru. Guru Raj.
Marcus, Marcus, you forgot the true premise behind his story. Yes, he's Indian, so he went with a guru, but his favorite show growing up was What's Happening, and he loved the character Raj, and that's why he is Guru Raj, because it's in dedication to what's happening. Huh?
Did that really happen?
No, Marcus, it did not.
Eric,
The fact,
I believed it for a minute. I was like, did I miss that part of this?
Eric, given that we're in NXT, last week we were promised impending doom. Did you receive impending doom?
I did not. I did not get it. However, you know who did? The Brian Kendrick. Ain't nothing like the Brian. I did not expect.
Why?
I didn't know he was gonna get thrown out of stairs. I did not see that coming.
He knew what Harley was about. They were escorting Harley out the building, and he's gonna be in my face talking that shit. I'm already leaving. You just in my way.
but you know,
I like that we got updates. I like that we got the serious update.
My favorite thing about it though is that wrestling is not what it used to be. When Guru Raj got his ass beat by Harlan, technically, instead of having him be escorted out the building, Guru Raj was supposed to get that win. The decision should have been reversed.
This would help prevent shit like that, you know?
Jack Tunney ain't here to survey to help him out here anymore. He's gone.
Harlan is a case of when Jungle Boy is not there to make the save.
Marcus,
that is what that was. No one was there to save Guru Raj. No one was there to save D. Brian Kendrick. It was just like, this is what happens when Jungle Boy isn't around to make the save.
Marcus, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is Tiffany Stratton setting up might be the biggest disappointment in NXT history? Because when she walked by Grayson Waller, she says, "My daddy says you're terrible." I was like, I can't wait for her to show up.
Yeah, but she ended up in the car. She ended up in the car with him.
Oh, she was in the car?
Yeah, she ended up with the car with him. She fucking that dude.
I hate this stuff, but she's wearing the same outfit.
Okay. Okay.
But Io let him have it. Io let him have it.
Yeah, Io cussed his ass out something fierce.
What do you feel about Braun Breaker kicking him out the locker room though?
Got to, man. That dude was out of control.
The guy does. You do what the guy says. He is the guy.
All right, I don't want to be here anyway.
Manny, dude, I know you don't like. I know you don't like to talk about TDA. However, Pete Dunne got his mouthpiece back from him. Were you satisfied with that?
I don't understand why you steal that in the first place. It's not like you snatched someone's gold chain.
Manny, unfortunately, Tony D'Angelo is a modern day repo man. That's what he is. And unfortunately, all you gotta do is put the little thing across.
We can't stop bringing back old things. Like we can't bring back the repo man. We've already
that's what he is.
That's basically Madcap Moss.
So, Boa whooped Idris in No Face ass, Marcus. How do you feel about that?
No impending doom. Boa told us impending doom was happening, and none of that. And I want to move on to something else.
Go ahead.
Here's a question that
Jacket time.
That was not addressed. Zion Quinn said he know the game Elektra Lopez is playing. Eric, do you believe this man knows the game she's playing?
Marcus, can I tell you? Me watching NXT, which is still why it's my favorite show of the week, is that because they give me little nuggets like that. I want to know what Zion Quinn is going to try to do to Electric Lopez. I need to know what games is he going to come out like oiled up in baby oil, or he going to come out with other women trying to make her jealous? What is he going to do? What is he going to do?
And then your boy Robert Stone was in the back and demanded some respect. The rest of goddamn respect around here. that people will give. And I can see him and Von Wagner. He'll be able to mouthpiece for Von Wagner because Von Wagner was talking like Jack Swagger out there. It didn't make any sense.
No, he did not. I was like, man, the reincarnate. So not only is he Edge and Great Khali with a baby, now you put a little bit of that Jack Swagger semen in there with him. It's like that's what Von Wagner is.
Well, I got graphic.
The parking lot with Roger Strode.
Much safer these days. Much safer.
I mean, no, it's not, Marcus, because you saw what happened with Raquel and Dakota Kai. They had sticks.
That's some ghetto ass shit. That was ghetto ass shit. They were throwing trash cans at each other. There needed to be a loser leaves towel street fight.
And but, I really like the slow build they're doing with Braun Breaker and Ciampa. I like the attack of Ciampa at the end. I think it's clearly Ciampa is the bad guy in this situation.
That's not slow. That's slow. He already killed him. He said, "Welcome back to the deep end." And then some other stuff that I couldn't hear because the crowd just wouldn't shut up. Bring back the Thunderdome.
Dad, bring back the Thunderdome.
Manny, let me ask a question.
And do you know who I'm cheering for? Do you know who I'm cheering for right now? Omicron. Omicron.
So, wow. No, Manny, that's why I'm going to ask you a question. And please don't drop the bomb. Manny, Tony D'Angelo or the fans? Which one would you rather get rid of? This is a hard question for Marcus.
Tony D'Angelo.
Really?
Ooh.
Manny, I thought you would get rid of the fans since they're the ones that are cheering Tony D'Angelo. And by default, with the fans not being there that cheered Tony D'Angelo, he would probably be released.
No, with Tony, with no, without the fans, I can still mute the fans when I listen to this, and I don't have to pay attention to him. I can mute the fans, and then as I watch wrestling at a ×4 speed anymore because I don't enjoy what I'm seeing a lot of the time. It's been a long year, people. We need a break.
And we are taking a break. We will be off for the next 2 weeks. We won't be back until the day one watch along in 2022. 2022, people.
However, show news, me and Ross have shot 2 episodes of a new show called Raw is Retro. Which will be coming out on the 22nd of December and the 29th of December, but it will normally be on a Friday when in 2022.
Manny, is it very similar to when we had our ill-advised watch along of old Raw episodes?
No, so it's kind of like the same format me and Marcus and you do throughout the week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So Ross is hosting, which is very weird for me because I was just like, I don't know what to do when I'm on the right side.
Manny doesn't know where to be on the right side of history. I'm on the right side of history? What the fuck is going on here?
But then it's an interesting thing when you go back and look and you see the nostalgia of the Attitude Era and then you see what some of it happened. I had to see the New Year's Baby of Goldust. I didn't need to see that again.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
I didn't need to see it. I didn't need to see it when he was dressed up like a Christmas tree either. I didn't need to see it. I saw it.
Now, how do you guys pick the episodes? Do you just go like 10 years from now? Or
So Ross came up with the idea to do 1998. So what we'll do is every week we'll go by what episode of Raw from 1998 was that week, and then we'll recap it just like we do on Tuesday.
Will you guys have guests and whatnot on the show?
Yeah, anyone can jump in. I was like, if Marcus is free one day, he can jump in on one of the tapings, and if you're free, you can jump in. But it is normally recorded when we do the show, which is normally about 7:00.
Indeed. Mark, is there anything you want to close out 2021 with?
I just want to say, I'm going to take a moment right now and take my time and say what's on my mind.
and that is
It's time for the main event.
It is now time. It is now time for the main event. There we go. Let's end the show. I got nothing else to say. Happy New Year, everybody. Merry holidays and Christmas and Kwanzaa's and all that. And go see Spider-Man. Go see it. Go see it. Hey. The world must know. The world must know.
Go ruin your day and have.
I just want to point out. I would like to give a shout out to all the day ones who decided to take this interesting live streaming ride with us for the year 2021. I mean, Marcus and Manny did so much this year with the Untitled Manny and Marcus show, and the YouTube channel wouldn't be where it's at without all the hard work that they put in. And I really appreciate both men doing what they did.
I hate when you unplanned do these types of things because I don't like receiving this type of praise.
I know you don't. and you have to understand, man, after doing this show with us for a long, as you know, I like to make people uncomfortable. That's what I like to do. I mean, Manny with his race piece that he's doing, Marcus with his antics and his wild takes as he as
antics and wild takes.
That's all I am. Yeah, it's like I'm doing something like activism or something, and then over here we've got wild takes.
Antics and wild takes, like I'm out there just going to the street.
No,
like
literally
I'm fucking pranking people in the street.
Literally, there is nothing more important than watching the Tuesday show and seeing if Marcus can make it by staying awake because he was half asleep when he watched it, and he's just like, "We just need to get this over with. We just need to get this over with." And it's always funny when they send me the audio file, and I'd be like, "Damn, they went a lot longer than they wanted to go." This one, Marcus must have read it on something that he found that burst of energy.
No, that was Thursday. That was Thursday. Technically, Tuesday was the quickest show we've ever done.
Excuse me, everybody, because you guys did promise me we're going to close out 2021. I'm supposed to adjudicate this discussion of bread. So please, counsel, please present your stories about bread. I'm curious.
No. So on day one, there's probably going to be a match.
Bullshit, America.
No. I spoke about this with Ross. I've got an edit somewhere where Ross even said without a question, English bread is better.
Oh, he's gonna take your side because he's been eating that dry, that humorless bread that y'all got.
It's not
dry. We have character in our bread. We have personality in our bread.
You got steroids in your bread.
We have steroids in our bread. Our bread may look like Sly Stallone in Rocky 3, but we don't give a fuck because that's our bread.
Your bread looks like Chris Masters in 2005.
And you know what? It fills you up because you're stuck. You be stuck. You get the Master Lock Challenge with that bread. Shit.
I just want to point out that I disagree with both of you. I don't think English bread is better. I don't think American bread is better. I think the best bread that you can get is the bread that you make yourself, freshly baked bread, where you control what ingredients that you put in. And once you have freshly baked bread made by your own two hands, kneaded and baked and buttered, you don't know what bread is.
Hey, when you bake your bread, you go rice.
What's that? Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
Yeah. I'm calling Cody Rhodes and Liberty's mom, and we're going to argue about the United States brand. USA.
Hey, Levi. Man, Hawaiian bread is something special, man. Hawaiian bread sandwiches, Hawaiian bread French toast, Hawaiian bread just by itself. It's magical. And then we got real biscuits. You guys got cookies as biscuits. We got real biscuits, like biscuits and gravy. Woo! Shout out to Biscuits and Gravy, one of the most underrated tag teams in the game. The first tag team Marcus hated. Now it's jacket tie. Jacket tie.
You know, this is one of those times where I wish I had one of those portable microphones where I could just talk on it and walk away. Like if you're in an interview, God damn it. And you can't get the rope and you're trying to untie yourself. How the fuck am I stuck in this? And you end up tying yourself up to the chair.
Now, I don't know about Levi talk about English muffins are only good at McDonald's. I don't know about that because, I ain't messed with McDonald's in a while. Carl's Jr., a.k.a. Hardee's, they got those fresh baked biscuits with their sandwiches when I used to eat those things.
Hold on. We want to talk about bread. And breakfast bread, you got to go to that Chick-fil-A, bro. That's that sweet devil chicken breakfast bread. That shit be good. That sweet devil chicken, that satanic chicken is something, something fierce.
That chicken that's salted with a bit of homophobia.
Oh, by the way,
right here.
Back on hate and stuff. The hater of the year goes to Spider-Man No Way Home. It's Hannibal Barris. when he's hating on Spider-Man when he
Still.
walks into the school. Hilarious. Just killed me. Just killed me. Hilarious. He did that shit. He killed Mysterio. Y'all support this man. He killed him. And he just hating so hard. Go put
You
a
just
mirror over
spoiled
this
it.
man.
You spoiled a key point in that movie. No, it's like 2 seconds.
I
You
mean,
barely-
2 seconds, but it's so much hate. It's so much hate. It's so good.
JK Smush, I have no doubts that Hardy's is better than Carl's Jr. Because for me personally, what I enjoy, and I only had it one time in my life, and I think Marcus with me. I enjoy Beast of Waffle House. I love that low budget type of roadhouse meal that you get from the side of the road. I enjoyed it. Marcus, was you a Waffle House kind of guy?
I was, and I enjoyed the coffee. I enjoyed being there. And are we going to return to a Waffle House when we return to Texas for WrestleMania?
Marcus, I don't think I can make the Texas trip. But Marion's saying no.
Hey, that's months from now. Marion gonna be gone again. Okay, the B2K killer is not gonna be here to stop us.
I do need to say something about our YouTube channel.
Oh.
America, you need to step your game up. We saw the stats. The UK came through. The UK came through with our numbers this year. America number 2 in our stats, and India number 3. You do better, America.
America, step up your game. You can win this $1 bill if you step your game up. I will give away $1 if America takes the lead in 2021.
Eric, if you give away $1, could it be that John Cena dollar you have encased in steel, encased in glass?
Because we know
you
Marcus
have that on you?
Marcus
You
ain't
have that
paying
on
me
you?
money he
You
owes
still
me.
have the John Cena. Why do you have that on you?
Because you got to keep it close.
Word life. Word motherfucking life. By the way,
Why have you got Black Dollar?
Now, I have a question. Does anybody have Paramount Plus?
No.
Currently,
No.
Roman Reigns and Becky
You wanna-
Lynch
you-
have a movie on there, an
You wanna
animated
talk about
movie
Rumble?
called
You
Rumble.
wanna-
And I don't want to talk about it because I don't have Paramount Plus, and I don't even plan on sorting it out. But I'm just saying, that looks like some bullshit that I need to see. Because it stars Stephen A. Smith, Roman Reigns, and Becky Lynch. That is a cast. That is a cast.
Can you log into Paramount Plus with your like network subscription?
No.
Let me see. Hold on.
No. Paramount Plus is only that's like Star Trek and shit and Spike TV or whatever they have.
Let me say. Hold on. I'm seeing right now. Nope. Oh no.
You can't. I know streaming services. That's something I do know.
Levi says South Park is worth getting it for.
I can't get another one, man. I can't get another one. Paramount Plus don't cut the mustard. I can't go that route.
Mark, you can if people would visit storefrontier.com/DSPN and buy some merchandise to help support our streaming habits. But you know what? Fuck the merchandise.
I double dare you to go there.
No,
Eric would donate $1 if someone will go to storefrontier.com/DSPN and buy some of our merch.
I mean, to be honest, I heard something that I need you guys to do, and I'm stealing this from another YouTuber because I like what he says. But like on our website, we have a donate button, and I heard that button has been
have a donut button. Well, you can donate donut.
Is it glazed?
It goes,
Is it chocolate? Is it jam?
You know what?
I have a question, Manny. We never bring this up ever. We never talk about donuts. What's your donut?
Chocolate donut. Glazed chocolate donut. From Krispy Kreme.
Oh, yep, there you go. I wonder what English Krispy Kreme tastes like, because American Krispy Kreme tastes excessive.
It tastes like cocaine.
Just like America.
It feels like you've just had cocaine.
Well, your teeth tingle. Like, my teeth is tingling.
No, you gotta get that sugar in there.
My eyes are just like.
But anyway, like I said,
for like 20 minutes.
We appreciate everybody who has.
Whoa!
Damn.
I'm not reading that out.
Nah. But anyway, because
That's
in order
bullshit. He didn't do it.
In order for Marcus to complete his Christmas shopping and for us to make it so I can apparently cry in the theater, we need to end the show. Thank you. We love you all.
You
I'm
laugh and
Eric.
Cry.
Eric, who's soon to be wet face later. I'm Lord Manny.
And I'm Marcus, the grand finale.
And Manny,
Nothing
Tony
else to
D'Angelo
say.
is the greatest wrestler.